Hey everybody, it's Cam Wisdom, and this is a Villanous breakdown, and the character I'm going to break down is Vegeta, and what a Villanous breakdown is when we figure out what type of villain they are. So, let's get into it. I'll tell you more about how I go into the psychology of that. But anyway, let's go into Vegeta's early history, and the character Vegeta was brought up as a Saiyan. He was brought up in this warrior kind of ape-like mentality, and it's very different from how Goku was brought up. Goku had a loving grandfather, and he got the loving aspect down. Vegeta really didn't get that. He got more of the honor type, so that's why he always respects and values his heritage, but Goku didn't really get that. He only got the compassion, and that's why you see how different they are when they eventually meet up. So his ape-like culture kind of bred him into this cold-hearted warrior, and the Saiyans aren't ape-like as in stupid. They just have this survival of the fittest mentality because they have a lot of technology that is actually better and more advanced than ours. That being said, it kind of messes them up psychologically because they can't process why somebody would do the things that Goku does. They won't understand why Goku is this way. They can't, fathom why he would show this level of compassion and letting people live, because that's just not how Vegeta was brought up. He was brought up very differently. So Vegeta was brought up very differently, and he was raised to have this competitive nature. And his competitive nature is actually stronger than his own pride. And I'm going to tell you why. In the Majin Vegeta arc, where Babidi takes control of him, the Vegeta in the Saiyan arc couldn't even imagine doing something like this. But his competitive nature is so strong, and his will to beat Goku is so strong that he lets himself get controlled. It would have never happened earlier on, but you can see the competitive nature grow throughout each arc of Dragon Ball Z. It just keeps growing, and he really wants to be stronger than him, and he's willing to do anything to get there, even going back to killing, which we thought he was done with. So his pride, like I said, it's very important, but his competitive nature is stronger than his own pride. He will let it go just to beat Goku. And even earlier in the Saiyan arc, you get a little taste of foreshadowing of what's to come, because he's willing to transform, and he really doesn't want to beat Goku. So it's already in there, and it's really growing earlier on, and he's willing to do something that he really didn't want to do in the first place. It wasn't as damaging as when he transformed later in the Majin Buu arc, or the Majin Vegeta arc, whatever. It wasn't as damaging. He just turned into an ape, and that was it. He didn't go off and kill people like he did in the Majin Vegeta arc, or let himself get control. But it's there, and they're pretty much saying it's coming. As for the type of villain Vegeta is, I should have said this earlier. This is mainly geared towards Vegeta, how he was during the Saiyan and Namek arc. A little bit of the Majin Vegeta arc as well, but mainly towards how he was then, because he transforms a little throughout and becomes more of an anti-hero. But I'm talking about for the type of villain he was back then. And the type of villain Vegeta was back then is this competitive nature type of villain who is willing to do whatever it takes to be stronger. I wouldn't give him the evil, just killing anybody just because. That's not him. He's not crazy either. He's not that crazy type of villain. It's just more of being the strongest. So I wouldn't say he's very evil per se. Is he a villain? Yes. But he's not this evil monster, because this is just how he was brought up. It could have happened to anybody, and that's why a lot of Saiyans were actually like that. It's not necessarily just him, because when I think of evil, I think of people just doing fucked up shit for really no reason. So that's the type of villain Vegeta is to me. Next week I'll go into Frieza, and we'll see how that goes. So I'm gonna try to do one each week, one character. And thank you guys for watching. Subscribe, comment, give a like, and thank you for watching.